Heal, 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 heal. Take all my strength and make them something like that. I don't know all the words, but heal, heal, heal. Shout out to the newly crowned American Idol, Jamal Roberts. Straight out of Meridian, Mississippi. That young brother was singing. And I don't, no one really watches American Idol. Well, I guess a lot of people do. I stopped watching it years ago. The guy that was at the final with him, the little country singing dude, I don't know how he made it to the finals with Jamal Roberts, but you know how it is, American Idol. But I want to say this in all honesty. Two things I want to say about that really quickly. I'm going to bring up something else. And by the way, it's your man Rico the Opinionist on this Sunday morning. Man, enjoying the breeze. I just had some thoughts I wanted to get out. I'm going to do them all in this video. But look, let me tell y'all something. I love country music. I do. I can name you a lot of artists. It can go with Luke Bryan, who's there on American Idol, one of the judges. But Carrie Underwood sucks, and it proved this year. I don't know, maybe she had some inner tube air pushing her lips, but she just I don't know. She's not very TV friendly. It's almost kind of bitchy, as well as and other things. But not a huge fan of her. I hope they finally get it right and make Fantasia one of the judges. I think Fantasia would be awesome as a judge on American Idol. Go ahead and let Carrie Underwood work this contract out and replace her, because she's not a fan favorite because of her behavior throughout the season. Also, she looks dead in the face. Those injected lips these white women are getting. Y'all stop getting these ugly ass lips. Who else did that? Oh my God. What was her name? Jessica Simpson. She looked just like that. I mean, you have to go back and Google this for those of you who are under 40, but under 50. They had this Madam doll. This Madam doll in the 80s was really popular. Madam doll was like it was a handheld puppet. What do you call them damn things? Marionette puppet. That the guy made a lot of money. And the puppet actually is like an old, uppity, rich white woman. They had these very extorted features, chin, nose, lips, and all that. That's Jessica Simpson. Damn. She got her some new lips. And Jessica Simpson at one point was probably the finest little young blonde white woman next to Britney in the 90s. Late 90s, early 2000s. But these bras don't like to turn 35 for some reason. Boy, they get ugly as shit going under the knife. My God. And Jessica Simpson did herself a disservice by doing that. Getting those ugly Carrie Underwood lips. Y'all white women, keep y'all original lips right here looking like somebody busted in the mouth with a ball peen hammer. Just stop it, white ladies with the lips. It's ugly. That shit is ugly. But anyway, she did her thing. But back to, his name was John Foster. And again, I love country music, from the Judds to Randy Travis to I'm Gonna Love You For It. I mean, it goes Oak Ridge Boys, goes all around. Reba McEntire, the Queen, Dolly Parton, Loretta Lynn. I like old school countries where Patsy Cline had some hits back in the day. My thing is, Johnny Cash, Conway Twitty, George Strait. It goes on and on. And so I know about country music and country legends and icons. Charlie Pride, shout out to Charlie Pride. And they've had country singers who to compete on American Idol, but that young guy, he sucks. He's not a very good country singer. But due to the fact that he's 19, 20 years old, considered good looking probably by the ladies, country music, even though he didn't win, he's still going to be pushed the country music audience is still going to push him, even though he's a very mediocre singer. He sucks. He does. But, they're going to make him famous. But he doesn't have a good country voice. He's just mediocre. There's so many country singers out there that could out-sing him. The other guy on there was trash, too. The one that sang with Jessica Simpson. He was trash. I'm like, damn, what a country singer's at on American Idol this year? That's who they chose? So anyway. And now I want to go to Jamal Bryant. Jamal Roberts. Jamal Roberts, singing, young brother. Singing. If I had a critique, too, real quick. I said, isn't it interesting how, I don't know if it's a consistent thing when they have the black singers on there who come from very obviously come from a gospel or church background. They sing their asses off. But they have them singing across musical genres, all kinds, from soul to rock to blues to Broadway tunes, Disney tunes. They had Jamal Roberts singing everything. But that little country white boy, they only had him doing like country standards and other soft, easy music. They didn't really test his voice out the way they did Jamal Bryant. And I noticed that. They don't test them like that. Because, when somebody black wins American Idol, they really won it. Now, I have to go back and look at that Ruben Studdard thing. But anyway. They didn't really test that little sorry. I mean, because he's mediocre. They probably didn't want to embarrass him. They probably knew they just let him do him. And also, the little Canaan guy that was on American Idol. Maybe I should have made this one of my topics. The guy Canaan, he sang gospel music, 17 years old, but the man looked 34. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I think somebody lied. That's the oldest 17-year-old looking young man I ever seen in my life. That man looked like when he get off from church, he go and drink beers and cuss at the TV about sports. But he looked very reserved. No, he I call him the young Chunky Luther of gospel music. And I wasn't used to, and then I just have this pet peeve about how these young men come up in church and singing in church. Y'all know church is like 90% women, so the boys sound like girls. And every time I hear one of them do this shit here, y'all, trust me, it just like a chalk across a board, like fingernails across a chalkboard. Ew, it's just how it bugs me when they do this note right here. No, I said, why the fuck they do that? Damn, it almost remind me. What's that cat that sings? Damn, I can't remember his name, so I ain't gonna go there. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Why these young boys, when they're in the church, they get that little girly ass note back there? There's nothing. Now y'all probably would say, well, Prince was a man with his stilettos on and rougher blouses, but he was a man. But these little church dudes, see, it's so heavily woman influenced that these boys start singing like chicks. And now not to say they can't sing, but I want them to add a little more testosterone to their singing. They sing these gospel songs. Watch y'all go to church or y'all listen to these gospel singers. Y'all name from Tony to what's his name, something else now, to just name them. And that's what he thought he could win over American Idol judges by singing that. Maybe he should have gone to Sunday Best. With that, I know I would have not voted for him just because I don't like to hear male singers sing like that. It's so chickish. But anyway, but the reason I brought him up is because he did a song with Kirk Franklin, or they call him Twerk Franklin. Lord Jesus, Twerk Franklin is trying to beat Father Time with all that moving around and showing everybody he can do cartwheels and flips and gyrate his hips and tall stiletto white boots he wears and his pants so tight that even his sins were like, man, let us go. Well, like, what's going on, Twerk Franklin? But Twerk Franklin did a song with that young man. I think that's what sealed the young brother's fate. Can y'all hear me over this damn wind? Let me go this way. Like the further I walk towards the water, like heavy the wind gets. But Twerk Franklin was paired with that young man, very reserved young man by the name of Kanan. I don't know Kanan's last name. And Twerk Franklin had that young brother. Now he lucky weighed about close to probably 250. Maybe, chunky brother, young brother. And Twerk Franklin had the boy running across the stage. The boy like, God damn, another lap. And I like, that was so rude. That was so unfair to the producers of American Idol to get Twerk Franklin, to pair him up with Twerk Franklin, knowing Twerk Franklin is like damn near the Little Richard, Jerry Lee Lewis of gospel music. You need my love and you round on my brain. Do, standing on the piano and shit, jumping around, all that. Y'all, come on, man. So, but it just looked uncomfortable for the young brother. Maybe it taught him something. Maybe him doing that little workout and that performance with Twerk Franklin, he'll get his little chunky self in Planet Fitness or LA Fitness and get back in shape. And also, young man, start doing some fun things. But y'all, it's like it's extreme. Start doing some fun things. Hang around with your friends or something. But definitely get into the gym, young Kanan. Because I think you're going to have a successful career in gospel music. Cause that's all he sang. They just let him sing gospel music because they knew, he ain't going to budge. We're just go ahead and let him sing gospel songs. And he did all right. I think his voice is still developing. And in closing on this whole American Idol opinion this year, some people getting down trying to show old videos of Jamal Roberts on Sunday Best and how he was pretty much rejected twice. But if you go back and watch the videos from, I guess, 2021 or 22 or whatever, and y'all do a little comparing, contrasting. And I'm saying this because those of you had some negative things to say about Sunday Best. See what y'all did. Y'all passed up on a gold mine. Y'all passed up. No. First of all, keep your hands off Sunday Best. I enjoyed the show, even with Twerk Franklin as a host. But I enjoy it because I genuinely like good singing. And I wish they bring it back, bring it down a notch. The judges are cool. Shout out to Jonathan McReynolds. Shout out to, which one of the Mary sisters, Erica? And damn it, Jimmy told me I wasn't small enough. No, y'all know her? Damn, why can't I remember everybody's name? That woman is a soul powerhouse. She goes from gospel to soul music. Kelly Price. I like the judges. And so it's cool. It wouldn't hurt if they changed the host, but anyway. But yeah. And so if y'all go back and pay attention to him and compare him to the performer on American Idol, actually did him a favor. They gave him some good critique, because when I saw the videos, it's like, a lot of gospel singers love to marry and hold on tightly to runs like, and so they would, I would hear them talking to those potentials who would do auditions on Sunday Best. And they said, man, slow down on the runs. Can you cut some of the runs? And Jamal Roberts, he did a lot of runs. But when you saw him that was a springboard for him to take notes. You don't have to do all those runs. Whitney Houston taught us to just sing the song. Aretha taught us just sang the song. Luther taught us just sang the song. Donny Hathaway, good God Almighty, taught us to just sing the songs. All that. Who has that really bad and she's awful? Tasha, because it's not Tamika, it's Latasha of the group Escape. Oh my God. Like, oh my God, that's a goddamn. They sound 10 times better with her not being in the group. And Tamika, I don't mean to disrespect your sister, but your sister's voice is trash. And according to social media, her personality and character as well. It's not me talking, that's what social media said. But y'all sound great. Escape without her, y'all don't need her. So anyway, and so y'all keep hands off Sunday Best now. I like that damn show. Y'all bring Kim Burrell back as one of them, a coach or something. No, even though oh my God, I ain't gonna bring that up on Sunday. Kim Burrell is the best. But I saw his growth. That's why he was so good on American Idol, because of his foundation coming through Sunday Best. They were saying, look, son, you know, you have to do this and do that. They know what they're talking about, and all those people are professionals. Yolanda Adams and all those folks, they've been at this. They don't have to do all of that. And so, if you notice, Jamal Roberts was not doing all those runs like that. He had smoothed it out and let his voice just, you know, he was singing the songs. He already had that Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, he had that soul gruff about him already, so he was there. And y'all teach our young people, runs is not what makes a song, it's singing that makes a song. So y'all put some Johnny Taylor, some Sam Cooke, some Aretha Franklin, some Gladys Knight in their lives. Hell, put Layla Hathaway, and this phenom, her name is Ashley Lee on Instagram. I think it's Ashley Lee, and then Samara Joy. These two powerhouse young women singing different genres of music, but they're just singing. I came up in the 70s and 80s. All this 2000 kind of 2010 beyond kind of singing. Anyway, y'all want to hear that shit no more. So those of you who had something side out like y'all saying, see, or I told you so, to Sunday Best, no. Sunday Best made him his best, made him be able to be his best. So y'all hands off for Sunday Best now, goddammit. Now I keep on saying Jamal Bryant and opposed to Jamal Roberts. So let me get on to Jamal Bryant, old country ass. He's an awful, awful Negro preacher. Awful. You know, he's just terrible. Y'all know his history. He's a multiple baby mama having, can't keep his penis in his marriage, kind of just a lame ass dude. Tried to insult the Godfather after he passed away. And his ass was dragged repeatedly, and he had to apologize for it. Keep your hands off the Godfather. But he learned that the hard way. But did y'all see his recent interview with Cam Newton? And he's part of this opinion as well. Oh God! And it went viral and it's still going. Where he now Cam Newton is the interviewer. You know, Cam Newton's about as tall as a tree. You know, tall, athletic. You know, quarterback. Pretty good at what he was doing. He has his own podcast. He interviews people. His interviewing style is what it is. But he was on with Pastor Jamal Bryant, and he in Cam Newton fashion, wearing some weird fashion. Now again, this dude, I think his legs are taller than he is. Now this dude, Cam Newton, sitting there across from another man with some Magnum PI hoochie daddy shorts, some 80s NBA shorts, sitting there legs crossed, Zest Fest, and Jamal Bryant just couldn't take no more of it, goddamn. He just couldn't take it. He couldn't contain himself. Tell y'all talking about these spirits, these lustful spirits be hitting these Christian pastors. Even for another man. He said boldly and bluntly to Cam Newton, boy, you sure got some putty legs. And of course, all the DJs, records scratched across the country. And everybody scratched their head. Oh shit, what? So, boy, then he continued. He doubled down. He said, boy, them things, implying that they were smooth and shiny. He said they're lanolated. Now, what the hell is lanolated? But lanolated, and that's something like close to very oil, like shellac. When you laminate something, it becomes shiny and smooth. That's pretty much what he was saying. I said, well, goddamn, all right, Pastor Jamal, I guess you ran through all the women. Probably don't have a problem doing a little man snacking, huh? But anyway, to each his own. We just right in our face. And Cam Newton, and this is going to take me to another topic about Cam Newton and big black guys. Look, I don't care what y'all say. People hate when you talk about the history of slavery and its impact on today's society as it relates to black men and black women, but everyone else gets to use their history to learn from and hopefully not repeat the past. But these niggas, it's very apparent that African Americans don't read about what happened to slave narratives, what happened to us, and understand racism, white supremacy, and all of this. So they repeating the same old silly shit that was thrust upon us, that was thrown on our people once brought over and kept in bondage and brutalized and dehumanized. And so buck breaking was one of them. That is to capture and humiliate and degrade and break down the biggest, blackest buck or the angriest, toughest black man in front of everybody. So now these big old black dudes are doing it. I don't know if it's something subconscious or they can't help themselves, or if it's in their professional contracts when they work for these professional athletic associations, be it football, basketball mainly, or they get these podcast deals with these big white corporations. They have to look and act like bitches. I don't know what's going on, but it's sick. It goes back to, when these NBA players are wearing these wearing these little ass clothes and these weird ass fashions. Now these are 6'8", muscular, the epitome of black or African or human anatomy, the prototype for manhood. But they got these tall, big black dudes dressed like Shirley Temple. And then they wonder why the fans talk to them like they ain't shit. Because you dress and you wear clothes like you're a little bitch or a child. Not just because of racism, also, hell, you don't present like you'll whoop somebody's ass. And the biggest of us, who, when they walk in the room, should be considered like, hey, let me take it easy. So these folks won't try me, or, can't have, if you're a big, strong looking, big guy, when you walk in the room, motherfuckers supposed to stand at attention or get themselves together, or, but these big dudes, be it Shaquille O'Neal, whatever, that's the biggest playful motherfucker on the planet. And anybody can walk up on him, unless you're a black dude. But anybody white or whatever, just walk up on him. And I think that's what it is. These big black dudes, Terry Crews, some little white man half his size, walk up on him and grab all of his pimping. And he does nothing. And I think that's what it is. It's always been like that. They always take the biggest, the blackest, the strongest of our race of men and tell them, well, if you want to be a part of this multi-million-dollar industry, you got to tuck your nuts in, hide your muscles. And even though you sound like Barry White, when you talk, I need you to kind of present like Pee Wee Herman. I'll debate anybody on it, because it doesn't make any sense why everybody just gets so close up on these big, black, strong black men and just handle them like they ain't shit. And Cam Newton he's continuing with that legacy. Cam Newton, you too big for this shit. What the fuck you doing wearing them booties, them hoochie daddy shorts like that? And why is your fashion so weird? You're too goddamn big, got too many children, too many baby mamas be talking about, I'm just trying to express myself, my individuality. You got too many man responsibilities for you to be acting like that, bro. I'm just here to tell you, young brother, get yourself together. To all you big black athletes that wear little children clothes, y'all man up, goddammit. You're an athlete. Black boys look up to you. They don't want to see you wearing little children clothes, LeBron James, and carrying a goddamn Merce. They look for you. They look at you for masculinity. And that's what it's all about. It's nothing but buck breaking $2.25. And a lot of you volunteer for it just to make $1. You will sell out your humanity for $1. And that is what's happening. Every time I see this weird shit, but of course I'm tripping. As always, I'm tripping. Y'all cut out this nonsense. Y'all too big and too black for this shit. And Cam Newton, you sitting there and got the little preacher lusting after you in your face. And y'all play it off. But anyway, that's what I want to say about that part. Now, I want to go to a lighter, something else. Well, all of it's light to me, but have y'all been noticing these AI generated babies on social media? Have y'all seen them? I've been checking them out lately. And whoever came up with this, shame on you, but they're hilarious. And And also it makes one thing like, damn, that AI is a bitch, man. That AI is serious. Man, that could really, if in the wrong hands, man, that can cause some problems in a lot of people's lives. Damn. But it is hilarious when they have those little babies talking like whatever the show was or whatever the podcast was, whatever it is, they can mouth it through these babies. And they also have these babies looking like, almost looking like the character. I've seen them do The Real Housewives of Atlanta, hilarious. I've seen them do Life, little baby to us, Jangalang, Jangalang. It is hilarious, but still, don't laugh so much when you don't think. That AI, see, they ease stuff like that on you, but it's going to be some problems with that damn AI. I'm just to tell y'all, man, damn. But anyway, I just want to know if y'all been checking them out. Oh, have y'all heard? Miss Shirley's mammy, somebody finally called CPS on her. What's this? Oh, somebody finally called CPS on Miss Shirley, little Miss Boots on the ground, her and her little exploitive mama. Somebody called CPS on her. Good. And she is hotter than fish grease about it. What y'all trying to do? What y'all mean? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, y'all gonna call on me. CBS came here. I got to go to the police station. I had to do all this. And guess what? When I got down there, the police wanted to take pictures with Miss Shirley. They want to take pictures, but they had to do their job. So CPS has to come to their home and do check out the house and all that. Yeah, they should. I'm glad they called. They need to keep calling on your ass, Miss Shirley, mammy. You get your big face, fat forehead ass on social media mad about it. How long you think that was gonna go on? Have your daughter twisting and turning like some little tater thought? You didn't think people was gonna just be upset about that? And of course she has her supporters, other tramps and disrespecters of children. Oh, she being a good mama. Why? Because she black. Get out of here. And again, to the father of Miss Shirley, where the hell are you, sir? Do you even care? Where you at, father of Miss Shirley? This will be a good time because people want to know what you think about all this, mister. Or have you been paid off your silence? Or could it be just a case was, like most black children are born out of one-night stands and hookups and shit. 72, now it's down to 72% of black kids are born to single, never married mothers. So y'all doing this a whole lot of hooking up, and then she gets pregnant and decide to keep it. So they ain't want to get mama of the year. Get out of here. Oh, here's another one. I have another opinion. Yeah, so boo to Miss Shirley mammy. Y'all need to refer to her as Miss Shirley's mammy. Because all this is in protection of that little girl. But that mama's so sick. She's so sick that this one probably won't be the last we hear about poor Miss Shirley. Lariah or Mariah. We ain't gonna call her no damn Miss Shirley. It's just a shame. There's so many things that she could do to have put her daughter on. Because there's always been child stars. Some of them have been some successes. A lot of them have not been. But this ma'am here is country. She's country as a dozen eggs. Has an IQ of a turtle shell. Has the grace of a grazing cow. So it's just a bad look, ma'am. And you need to quit crying about it and take your little daughter off the internet and put her little ass in Head Start starting this summer, so she can be associated. She can become socialized with her peer group and learn little girl things. Learn her colors. Learn how to spell her name. Learn how to speak words and complete sentences instead of words that you are coaching her to say. Yeah, to all my haters, I'ma keep on stepping. No way. That's not how that works. And let me get to this topic. I hope I don't leave it because there's a lot I wanted to say. FAMU, if y'all haven't heard about it, illustrious Florida A&M University. They're in an uproar. And in a lot of corners, they say rightfully so. FAMU. The same FAMU who I think their last president fell for this $1 million donation. It was actually false. And the same FAMU who their football team let some kind of hood street rapper coming to their football facilities, their dress room to shoot a hood rap video. FAMU. And FAMU, by the way, has the baddest band in the land. The Grambling, I love you, I swear I do, but the past 10 years, Grambling has fallen off. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's that DI hired that lady band director. Anyway, no offense, man, but that band has really, they need to do some serious recruiting for our band. They need, when I look at other bands, one thing I know is they have a lot of young men. Number two, they have some, taller men. Y'all got a lot of ladies, little chunky chicks. Can't really blow into instruments. They need, and a lot of other bands have a strong horn section. Grambling, it needs a restructuring needs to go on. It's I don't know, but they'll get there. They're okay, but it's not the band that I'm used to in the '90s when I was a student at Grambling. It's something going on. Stuff has been falling off all across the board in colleges using second. Okay, I'm back. All right, cause it'll do that little flash on me when the wind starts blowing. What is B Mario? What's up? But FAMU, the alumni and other people are just in an uproar about their new president. They saying that it was a bum ass selection process. They say that that the committee that chose this candidate looked over all the qualified candidates to pick this particular one. Damn, that sounds like how a lot of us were saying at the recent Grambling selection. Because Grambling got a new president this past year, and what FAMU's accusing their committee of doing, I accuse our committee of doing, the selection process, the board of Louisiana. At FAMU, I agree with y'all when it comes to something like that, because I saw all the candidates, everybody was legitimate. But they went to somebody, this particular person, for a particular reason. I'm putting quotes because a lot of people know why, but they won't say it out loud. I'm not going to say it out loud. But they moved all of the qualified candidates out of the way to get this particular one. So FAMU alumni, I agree with y'all on that. However, they did the same thing with Southern. That last guy they picked. But anyway, they hadn't said anything else about that. But anyway, y'all, FAMU is upset because they picked a black woman. I thought that was good. They picked a black woman. Okay. They picked a black woman. Her last name, I think her name is Marva Johnson or something. But they call her MAGA Johnson because she is, I guess, apparently Republican. I guess, I don't know if it's on her resume or whatever that she's voted for Donald Trump, but anybody that's black that dare say anything that remotely fair or logical or positive about the current president, they're automatically labeled Black MAGA. And so FAMU has been gifted with a Black MAGA for president of their university. And their alumni is upset. I mean, go to HBCU HBCU United, a lot of these alumni pages, HBCU alumni pages, boy, they are up in arms. And I find it hilarious. I told y'all what went on with the last administration and the shenanigans of a lot of the students. But FAMU was also upset because there's a young woman, attractive little sister, who is a conservative. She's a student there now. She's on Instagram. Her name is Sharice. I don't know what Sharice's last name, but FAMU's in the news a few months back, where this conservative student was trying to recreate the Republican, Republican organization on campus. And I say reprise or bring it back because obviously there used to be a conservative or Republican party or organization on campus like Democratic and let's say Tennessee Club and fraternities and sororities. They had a Republican thing. I guess it died out about 10 years ago, but she was trying to revitalize, and it made social media and people were tripping. And I thought it was a good idea because these HBUs have become just liberal breeding grounds for LGBT, feminists, anti-masculine black male misandry, and just a bunch of democratic nonsense. So in the last 10, 15 years, at least 10 years, HBCUs, the blackness of HBCUs has been compromised so badly for liberalism and feminism and LGBT and anti-black male masculinity. So I was tickled pink nonetheless. So now they've got a woman there saying that she's associated with the governor, Ron DeSantis. And he is a piece of crap. But there's some things he's done there for Florida y'all should say thank you for, but a lot of stuff, yeah, nonsense. Here's my take on that. Y'all ready, HBCU graduates in Florida A&M? I said, you know what? Why now they like for black women to be in places of seats of power. I said, I learned that people who are black Democrats and black Divine Nine or black religious, I learned that your blackness is okay as long as you're a Democrat. Did y'all hear what I just said? Protect all black women unless she's a conservative. See, I peeped game a long time ago how we have this selective what is black and what isn't. If you're LGBT, if you're Divine Nine, anything outside this black, it's okay. But if you dare say you ain't have to be a conservative or Republican. You can just say, hey, I'm black and I vote for Donald Trump. There goes, give me your black card. You hate blacks, you're against black. I just had this conversation with these assholes disrespecting Omarosa. Now, Omarosa is being vilified because of the white man she worked for. And I don't like that. Because Omarosa has been more to black men than Michelle Obama could ever be. Been more to black men and black people and black family than Kamala Harris, than Taraji Brown Jackson, than any negress that y'all love and celebrate. Omarosa has been like the what's my girl name just passed away? She sang Black Brother. I'll be thinking people's names. Damn, what's wrong, man? I'm gonna take some of that Eureka, get some more vitamin C or some magnesium in my brain. But she just passed away. Angie Stone. Omarosa always spoke highly of black men. She married at least 2 or 3 black men. She graduated from HBCUs, I think undergrad and grad. And she just completed her law degree from Southern University. These motherfuckers, well, it don't mean nothing. She's still a Trump supporter. I said, that is so ignorant. This woman has more positive energy and vibes towards the black community than all them famous negresses that y'all like. I just named them: Taraji Brown Jackson, but Michelle Obama, Kamala Harris. I mean, no, I'm not calling Kamala black. I'm just saying y'all made this Indian lion chick black, so I'm gonna throw her in there. Hell, Eve. Omarosa always high-fived black men, black women, and the black family. Yeah, she played the villainess on those Trump shows. She won them. Y'all know how this shit goes. Dog eat dog. Because that's interesting that y'all accuse her of being the villain on that show, but y'all think Nene Leakes just walks on water, her country ass. And Evelyn Lozado violent ass only to women who she thinks she can beat. So y'all cut it out. I pay attention to all of our selective outrage, and as Kwame Brown like to say on his podcast, about the people who we like. And Omarosa is still good in my book. The only issue I have with Omarosa, and when she tried to almost like she felt the need to re-ingratiate herself to the black community. Omarosa, you don't owe black folks shit. You did the work. You became accomplished, even a minister in a black church. Omarosa, you don't owe these ignorant Negroes shit. And because they talking about who the white man who you work for. You know how many of these same black folks that criticize you, Omarosa, work for racist white men? Every day, that white man gives them a check to pay their rent, to pay their lights, their car note, their family vacations. That white man pay their livelihood. But they ain't upset with themselves in the mirror, but they want to attack you because of the white man you work for. I can't take Negroes seriously, and I won't. Because the nonsense is continuous. So they want to be mad at this lady. I don't know who the lady is. All I know is she must didn't fit the bill. She must not been a member of Divine Nine. She must not been homosexual, or she must not been a feminist. Because I think the qualifications for you to be hired at an HBCU in the last 10 years, or here probably all the time, just not picking up on the last 10, 15 years, you have to be a member of Divine Nine, you have to be a Democrat, and you have to be a homosexual, one of the LGBTQ, you have to be one of those. But if you're not in one of those, these so-called black folks at these HBCUs, they reject you. You can debate it all day long. I'm just telling you the observations that I made. You seem to be a shoe-in. If you one of those, or all three of those, or two of those, somewhere in those three qualifications, you're okay with being the president or hired at HBCU in a leadership position. Y'all hear what I just said? So it must be up with that lady. Then on top of that, she must not fit those three criteria. So now, no, by her being a conservative, there, and somebody wrote on the HBCU alumni page, well, this should be a wake-up call to all HBCUs. They're gunning for the HBCUs. All right, I'm going to say this slowly. Isn't it interesting how we say stuff is happening? Y'all be on the lookout, because things is happening to us now as black folks, now that President Trump has been elected. But wasn't nothing happening to us them last 4 years with that real racist assholes in office? Demented, old anyway. But we've been here 400 years. HBCU's been around over 120 years. And people like Coach Eddie Robinson really made something out of what they wanted to make nothing. He sent black men through college. He sent black men to the NFLs in the days of segregation. Do you understand what I'm saying? They went from now we're barely funded. They weren't even funding black schools at all back then. And Grambling State University came out one of the top recognized academic and musical and athletic programs in the world because of them, I guess, doing something to black folks during the days of Jim Crow when Coach Robinson was there. And shout out to our very president, Charles P. Adams. Shout out to Booker T. Washington, telling him, hey man, go do that in northern Louisiana, create that Negro agricultural normal school. So yeah, y'all be tripping me out, act like y'all never read in history, and y'all never understand this gospel song that poses the question or makes the statement, how I got over, how I got over, how I got over, how I got over. And have we become so multicultural, intersectional, so DEI that we forgot how the fuck we got here and what we did and the people that came before us, what they did to get us here? Are we so coddled that we think, oh my God, we need to be on the lookout? Because them folks coming after us. God damn it, they're always coming after us. But let you know, these uppity, elite-minded Negroes, now all of a sudden, because of an election, they coming after black folks? Come on. Let me take my shades off. Y'all think I'm playing. Let me tell y'all something. You claim to love HBCUs, and I keep saying it. All I do is turn the mirror on us when we start saying a bunch of foolishness. HBCUs better wake up. This is a wake-up call. And I responded on that page, and not long after I responded, the damn page was taken off the group. I said, this is a wake-up call? Wait a minute, HBCU lovers. I'm just going to throw some numbers out there. Y'all can look them up. I may be off by a couple 100,000, maybe a million. If y'all love HBCU so much, you black folks is crying about this lady getting that job, or crying about whatever funding you think Trump isn't doing or not doing, or Biden did and didn't do. Let me tell y'all something about, for those of you who are economics majors. So y'all tell me this, how does a business thrive? Yeah, I know about the proposal, I know about the plan, but what's the number one thing that helps a business thrive? Let me let this airplane go back. I want y'all to be able to tell me in the chat. What keeps it going? I'm gonna give y'all a hint. When y'all thought Target was, when they pulled away the DEI, what the first thing y'all did? The black folks, y'all Sharpton and the white man told black folks to do. Y'all need to boycott. Don't shop with them. They'll take a hit in the pockets. And they took a little minor hit. And black folks are like, see, I told you, when we don't shop with them, they lose business. They lose money. Yes, our boycott was a success. Well, let's go back to the Montgomery boycott. When the bus line didn't get any customers, they folded, right? Instead of black folks say, hey, let's build our own, they integrated into the white bus system and let the black bus system die out. Did y'all know that? Shout out to the civil rights leaders. So, those of you who claim to love HBCUs, it's approximately 44 to 45 million black folks in this country, right? 100 HBCUs, it used to be more than that. But they're closed, probably 99 because they're closing like once every 2 years, a HBCU, or every 3 years, an HBCU is on the brink or just about just folding and closing its doors, right? 44 million black folks. Y'all look this up now. Only 249,000 black kids attend HBCUs. Out of 44 million black people in this country, I'm gonna keep saying it till y'all get this. While y'all claiming that y'all love HBCUs, get out of here. and 248,000 black kids attend HBCUs, and I don't know if they're all out. And I need to break down the percentage of those who are actually foundational black Americans, because some of those could be black Caribbeans or black Africans. I'm telling you, foundational black Americans, they're not sending their kids to HBCU, but they're crying about it. But guess how many black kids attend PWIs, or the historically white colleges and universities? 2.8 million black kids go to PWIs. That means those of you who are crying about that lady being the president of FAMU, crying about, oh, we got a black MAGA, crying about HBCUs are under attack, crying about, this is a wake-up call. Y'all don't even send your own fucking kids to HBCUs. So how dare you, two-faced hypocrite son of a bitches? About some fucking HBCUs. You ain't sending your own kids. The only way any business can thrive is through customers. It's only 100 HBCUs. You mean not every HBCU should have at least a 2-year waiting list of students to get in, and funds should be flowing with all that tuition, all those scholarships, all that financial aid, all the money that's been brought in from all these students. Grambling State University can't get past 5,146 students, and I think about 900 of those are grad students. So that means they can't get past 4,000 motherfucking undergrad students. When I was a student, Grambling's got up to 8,000 students. About 5,000 on campus or something like that. You understand? Y'all continue to point at black MAGA, Republican MAGA and all this, but Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us every day about, well, he taught us. He's about 87, 88 years old now, still trying to teach these brilliant Negroes today about inappropriate behavior. Racism, white supremacy is what it is. But what is our behavior under racism, white supremacy? See, the numbers that show that only 248,000 black kids go to HBCUs, but 2.8 million, 2.9 million of them go to white schools, that's called inappropriate behavior. Excuse me. That's highly inappropriate. We talk about, defunding of schools and all this shit, but y'all still send y'all black kids to these these poorly funded schools in these areas, instead of getting that same tax money and building your own. Malcolm X said only a fool will send his children to be taught by the oppressor of their people, by the hater of their people. Black people do it every day, send their kids to these schools, under-taught. Large percent of black kids can't even read in the fucking 10th grade. So what they doing to black kids in these damn elementary schools? Nothing. Putting in movies, teaching them nothing. So the way y'all solve that is take your kids out, put them in these few little charter schools, whatever, by the mass of black kids left behind and suffering. Inappropriate behavior. The video is on YouTube. Dr. Claude Anderson's Inappropriate Behavior. Go look at it, damn it. Some of y'all could have skipped church today. Go watch that video. And also, he has another video that's awesome. It's called Exceptional People. Exceptional People. Exceptional People. Dr. Claude Anderson's videos, Inappropriate Behavior and Exceptional People. See, I don't come on here to, reinvent the wheel. I'm telling you while we're complaining about shit, but what is it the things that we're doing to help out racism, white supremacy? We have all this inappropriate behavior. So I need y'all at FAMU to shut the fuck up about that president. When a lot of y'all don't even send your own kids to FAMU. Okay? I don't want to hear about that. Hell, that damn president might change some nonsense around there that's been going on. Hell, we probably need a MAGA president at Grambling, because this bullshit they got anyway. A conservative. No, some, because the nonsense has been going on in the last 20 years of HBCUs. No, man. So again, love FAMU. They have the baddest band in the land, but it's nonsense. So what y'all can do, you sell it. They love to nickname everybody. Call her MAGA. What I call her, MAGA Marva. Instead of nicknaming everybody, go meet with the lady. Say, hey, what's your plan? How can we help you in these plans? Y'all, and it never dawns on me that a lot of complaint, the way these black men were attacking Omarosa. When I hear black men crying about, they MAGA, they're Trump supporters. See, black men are supposed to think differently than women. The men are supposed to think differently than women. Men are logical warriors. We don't give a damn what's going on because it's been instilled in us. We have to get the job done. We don't have the luxury to sit back and whine and complain. Well, won't do because this beer. And a lot of these guys that were attacking Omarosa, a lot of these guys that are attacking this lady who's the president, and now she's not a looker now. She has a hard face. Somebody called her Herschel Walker. I ain't debating none of that because she's not a beauty queen. But, you trying to get some work done. She ain't got to be all attractive and shit. I ain't know she's married. When her look, she might have a white husband or a white lesbian wife. I don't know. But none of that seems to matter if the person is Democrat, though. Y'all don't mind somebody having a white wife. Or, I'm sorry, y'all don't mind her having a white husband if she's a Democrat. So I don't even get involved in that shit no more. It's funny how if a black man got a white woman, everybody's up in arms. But if he's a Democrat or she's a Democrat, it's okay for them to be racially partnered up. It's amazing. I don't pay Negroes any attention. And I sure don't pay that 92% of attention at all. That's some nonsense. They just licking their wounds and sulking over that major loss last year. So anyway, I think that was everything. But y'all continue to like, share, and subscribe. FAMU, get over it. Get with the program. Those of you who claim you love HBCUs, if y'all want to show me you love HBCUs, in the next 5 years, I need y'all to bring those numbers up. It should be at least 1.5 million black kids attending HBCUs, as opposed to only 250,000 out of 44 million Negroes in this country. Y'all, come on, man. The math ain't math. And I can say this in my own hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. Don't y'all know there's an HBCU in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee? It's called Lemoyne College. And I think the highest enrollment that school can get is, I think maybe 900, maybe 700, something like that. Do you know that? I don't even think they even have a waiting list. Memphis has 429,000 black folks there. At least 10,000 black students graduate every year from Memphis City Schools, Memphis Shelby County Schools. And that black college struggles to get students. Please, y'all, spare me. Spare me your version of racism. Spare me your version. Until we get past this inappropriate behavior, shut the fuck up. There's a lot of stuff that we do. So one would have to ask, well, why do they think like this? Why won't they really support their own? But the University of Memphis got plenty of black students. Christian brothers, they love Christian brothers in Memphis. The Negroes love Rhodes College. Shout out to Jasmine Crockett, Rhodes College, little private school to pay like $60,000 to $65,000 a year to go to that private school. Ain't them about 8 blacks up in there out of, I think 1,200 students. I think they got about 1,100 students, about 8 blacks. And I think 4 of those are football players. 1 is a mascot, some shit like that. Whew, Lord. Jesus, help me, somebody. The nonsense is real. What time is it? But anyway, y'all. Let me go and try to give me a little, I guess it's still breakfast, but I'm going to call it a brunch. And Yeah, it's so I can go on without inappropriate behavior, but I'm gonna stop it right here. Y'all be cool, man. Enjoy this beautiful Sunday and this on this Memorial Day weekend. It's your man Rico the Opinionist. Please like, share, and subscribe. Get on over to my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.